Hey YouTube, CJR here. Today I'm going to be posting my room tour for my 100 sub special. I'd like to thank everybody who's subbed for me so far. I appreciate each and every one. Thank you to all the people who've plugged my channel or mentioned me in videos, stuff like that. I've had, I think, 60 subs in the last 2 months. I think I was at 30, yeah, I was at about 30 something 2 months ago, so 60 subs in 2 months for me is really good. So again, thank you to all the new subscribers, all the old subscribers. Thanks, everyone. Anyways, here we go. Right off the bat, as soon as you open my door here, you see on the right-hand side is my older consoles here. 2600 on top there. To the left is the Vader 6-switch wood grain and the Atari 2600 Junior. Below that are two Intellivision systems, the original wood grain and the Intellivision 3. Below that is the ColecoVision and a Telstar to the left. Directly below that is a TI-99 4A and a Coleco Gemini. When you enter the room here, to the right here is my MAME arcade cab. Yeah, it's running Street Fighter 3 Third Strike right now. This game gets a lot of play. It's actually going to be released on the Xbox Live Arcade, I think with up-res graphics and online and stuff, so I'll probably pick it up on there too. I play a ton of this game. I picked up this arcade machine, I think 3 years ago. I've only been collecting for 3 years. Before that, I had the new gen stuff, but I started with an NES 3 summers ago. Pretty much on 3 years right now, I think. Started with an NES and 15 games, and then started buying stuff that I had when I was a kid, and then I kind of went back and bought stuff that I missed. And it's been snowballing ever since. I've been collecting pretty aggressively. Yeah, so this arcade machine, I love it. It's got, I think, 5,600 games on it. Fantastic. Right above there are two boxes for arcade sticks that I own: Tatsunoko vs. Capcom and Street Fighter 4. To the left of the arcade machine, I took doors off my closet here because I needed more space. I was running out of room to store games. This is my retro tube TV I just picked up recently, actually. Replaced I had a 27 inch, it was a bit too small. This is, I believe, a 32. This was an absolute nightmare trying to get in here. You can see it's playing Ocarina of Time right now. I'm currently playing the 3DS remake, which is phenomenal. I actually didn't have a chance to play this game when it first came out, so playing through it right now for the first time has just been mind-blowing, really. I absolutely love the game. Right below the TV there, on the left is the NES, obviously, Super Nintendo, N64, and below that, hopefully you can see here, Master System Model 2. In the middle there is a Genesis Model 2, and to the right of that is my Sega Saturn. So these are the systems I keep hooked up. I use them the most. This is going to be tough to see, but up top there is the Sega CD with a Model 1 Genesis. Below that is a Model 1 Master System. Below that is the Panasonic 3DO. Next we have the TurboGrafx 16, which is really tough to see there. The original Xbox below that. My GameCube and my PS1 Slim. Those two systems are hooked up to the TV too. They get a lot of play. On the bottom there is an Atari XE. I don't have many games. I think I've only got 3 or 4 games for that, so I haven't had a chance to play with that a whole lot. Obviously to the left there is a Halo standee. I have a hookup at Blockbuster, so once in a while I can score stuff like that, which is pretty cool. The problem is I just don't have much room for it. Of quickly I'll see, I don't know if you can see in the back here, but I use a AV switcher there. I think it's a little bit too dark. AV switcher is key if you have a large collection of systems, so you don't have to keep on plugging them. I literally just hit a button and the source switches over automatically, which is really nice to have. Up top here are just some spare boxes. SNES box, the Super Scope 6, Menacer, DJ Hero, a couple spare consoles. These boxes here are filled with spare manuals, posters, stuff like that. As we go back here to the left of the door when you enter, this is my Sega collection here. These are my boxed Genesis games. I think I'm at 100 and something Genesis games, and maybe 150 with the loose stuff. Some pretty good stuff here. Toe Jam and Earl, Rocket Knight Adventures, love that game. Castlevania Bloodlines, Battletoads and Double Dragon. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Up top here is the loose carts for the Genesis, and my Sega Game Gear collection. It's a little dark here, but had this system as a kid. Loved it back then. Doesn't quite hold up as well now, that's for sure. Below that, Sega Saturn. Some pretty nice titles in there. Panzer Dragoon, Knights. Yeah, nothing super rare. Sega CD below that. Another system I had as a kid. I actually really enjoy that system. That brings back a lot of memories. Not a whole lot of great games for it, but yeah, as I said, I played it a lot when I was a kid. One of the systems I missed out on as a kid was the Sega Master System. Like most people, I was a Nintendo kid. I did have a friend that had it, so I had some experience with it, but the Sega Master System is a phenomenal system. I love to collect for it. It's not too hard to find the games boxed and complete. Much like the Genesis, the boxes hold up much better than, say, Nintendo games, obviously. So it can be really fun to collect for the Master System. Yeah, up top here, just my Sega CD box, my Model 1 Genesis box. To the left there, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It's a stand, yeah, I just kind of hung it on the wall there. I had an empty space. So. I'll back up here, and this is my 67-inch DLP, LED DLP. Phenomenal TV. It's a couple years old now, but when I bought it, it was easily the biggest TV you could buy for the cheapest price. So it's still phenomenal for games. The picture's outstanding. Below that are my more current consoles: Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo Wii, my 360 Slim, PS3 Slim, PS2 Slim. Bottom left there is a PS1 arcade stick, 360 Hori stick, and then over there to the right is a Tatsunoko vs. Capcom stick and the Street Fighter 4 stick for the 360. To the right of that is some older retro stuff. Up top here is my boxed and television games, a couple loose ones there too, followed by Atari 2600 below. I just stuck the flash back in there, and I've got a plug and play 2600 game there. Below that are my loose 2600 carts. I think I'm at about 120 Atari games, or 2600 games. I don't have too much trouble finding 2600 games. Beneath that is ColecoVision. A couple plug and plays there, and that little mini arcade. I showed that off in one of my previous pickup videos this year. I picked that up for a couple bucks. ColecoVision box, a couple box games, and a bunch of loose TI-99 4A games there. Up top here, this was a Fallout New Vegas display when the game originally was released. I took the display case off and just kind of used the end piece there. It worked out pretty well. My 360 Slim box, Atelier Rarona for the PS3 Special Edition. To the right is my Halo helmet. Finally found somewhere to put that thing. This little storage unit here is just for spare cables, controllers, memory cards, stuff like that. You can see there the top shelf. It's got a couple wave birds in there. Wii condoms. Below that, Dreamcast stuff. There's the fishing rod. Doesn't get a whole lot of use, obviously. Then next here is this is my main game wall. I just recently, 2 weeks ago, put these shelves in. I was in the States and I stopped at Best Buy to grab these. I couldn't find any good shelves in Canada. Not for a decent price. Not with this kind of capacity. These shelves hold, I think, 550 DVDs. So, yeah, extremely cheap shelves. They were $100. The material's pretty terrible, but once I got them on the wall and anchored there, it's really nice. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Extremely low profile. It takes up very little space, which is awesome. Above that are just some more console boxes, 32X Dreamcast, my Dreamcast keyboard, PS1, PS2 stuff, my old Xbox, my old 360 box, Death Smiles above that. Yeah, right up top here is my Dreamcast collection, top left. Going into TurboGrafx. I love the TurboGrafx. I didn't have this as a kid. This is one of my favorite systems right now. I got a bunch of loose games here. I don't have anything crazy rare in my collection. I pretty much collect anything I can get my hands on, as long as it's cheap. I've become extremely patient. Years ago, I'd buy every new release that was out, and it's just I've kind of gotten over that. Thank God. I'll wait a couple months till games are have dropped in price or I can find it used. Yeah. So, anyways, my point is, if there's a game I want, I just feel like at some point I'll find it cheap. So it's all about patience. That's actually a good tip for collecting. You can burn out real quick spending a lot of money on eBay. If you're just patient. I'm in this for the long haul, so I know I'll run across stuff at some point. One of my more rare games here, I have like Air Zonk. Nothing too crazy. Final Fantasy stuff here. I just picked up the Black Label Final Fantasy finally. I don't think it's even in here. It's in my pickup stuff still. I think I'm at 260 PS1 games. Something like 180 PS2. Maybe like 60 to 80 PS3. 150 360. I'm not sure how much. Xbox games. And then the Xbox stuff's followed by the Wii. You can see there I've got 2 copies of the Mario All-Stars there, Special Edition. Probably just hold on to my extra. Right below that it's my DS stuff. Back over this way, more Wii. Followed by my GameCube stuff. Mostly just first-party Nintendo stuff for the GameCube, or GameCube exclusives. Below that is my Nintendo Power Collection. To the left there is all game guides, magazines, stuff like that. Up top here, or to the right here, this is my Nintendo corner. Up top you can see my all my boxes there for all the previous Game Boys and DS's. It's a micro box up there. Super Nintendo, obviously. NES action set. I think I'm at 280 NES carts. On the left there are my boxes, NES boxes. Below that, Super Nintendo, obviously. Some of my boxes to the left. And then followed by N64. I got a couple spare NES's there. You can see my N64 collection here. I think I just broke the 100 mark. in my spare time at work, I made up a bunch of labels for the spines of these games. They can be a nightmare trying to flip through these games to find the one you want. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how they look. It's not too bad. The next shelf here, at the bottom, just a control deck box there. Some more 64 and Super Nintendo boxes. My Power Glove on the shelf there. Above that is my Virtual Boy. I think I've got about 10 Virtual Boy games. Some more boxed NES, some of my favorite titles there, kind of on display. Game Genie. And then up top here is all my Game Boy stuff. Boxed OG Game Boy there, some boxed games to the left. Original DS, some Game Boy Colors in the back. A couple Game Boy Advance, SPs, and my GBA Micro, which I love. It's a great little system if you can find it. The only action figures I own right here. Yeah, I ordered these from Deal Extreme, extremely cheap. I think they're pretty cool. I'm definitely not an action figure guy. Hopefully won't get into that. Then to the right here is my futon, where I do all my gaming, sometimes sleeping. My coffee table here. These are my current handhelds. The PSP Slim, DSi XL, 25th Anniversary Mario Edition. PSP Go. I get a lot of use of the PSP Go. I hacked it, and you can store games you own, of course, on the internal memory, which is pretty nice. And then followed by the 3DS, which, as I said, I'm playing the crap out of right now with the Ocarina of Time remake. Yeah, and there's 1001 Video Games You Must Play Before You Die. Great game room coffee table book. I think that's about it. As I said, I'm gonna I'll go through my individual collections in upcoming videos. I'll kind of go through maybe Sega, then Nintendo, stuff like that, so you can get a better idea of the stuff I have. Yeah, I'm at 98 subs right now, so by the time I post this video, I should be at 100, hopefully. I'd like to thank everybody for subbing to my channel. Thank you to all the people who have plugged me. I love finally having people to share my hobby with, and talk about games with. And yeah, thanks for watching.